PLC for Beginners from Talenta Nusantara Electric. Introduction.
PLC, or Programmable Logic Controller, is a small industrial computer. It is composed of hardware and software that work together to perform control functions. A PLC accepts a variety of electrical inputs, analyzes the state of those inputs, and then, based on a software program stored in the PLC memory, applies an output solution. PLCs are used to control process machinery of all kinds. In fact, almost any device that utilizes electrical wiring can be controlled by a PLC. For example, you may want to use a switch to turn on a pump or motor for exactly 30 seconds, even if the switch is turned off in that time. Or you may have a drilling operation that requires selecting different options each time a new part is being drilled. Or perhaps you need to install additional control buttons for a new air cylinder on a machine that didn't previously have one. Or you are working with a process that requires a sequence of functions to be performed over and over. In addition, you may want to count each time the process was repeated, the total number of seconds the process is running, and supply that information to anyone needing it. All of these examples can be easily wired and programmed in a PLC.
Simulation of PLC. There are two big elements. The element 1 is hardware that contains sensor or push button, our PLC that process the program, and the output actuator. And the element 2 is the software that is a ladder diagram in our software PLC. This is our contact, normally open contact with address 1 and 3, normally close contact with address 1 and 3. The output is called coil, representative of our actuator. There are two addresses, number 2 and 7. This is a serial circuit in ladder diagram. Drag our contact to circuit in ladder similar with the number of input in our hardware. Drag the number 1, the normally open contact, and the number 3, normally open contact, NO, and we drag the coil number 2 to turn on the lamp. Now run the program. Simulate it. You can see the NO number 1 is on, and turn on the push button. You can see the lamp turn on too. Now we change the output, reprogram, do the same thing. The number of input, number 1 and 3, just change the output with the coil number 7. Drag it, run the program, and simulate it. And we can see the characteristic of serial circuit in ladder diagram. Now we change the circuit with parallel circuit in ladder diagram. Do the Same thing with the number of 1 and 3 in the input, and the number of coil, the number 2 running the program. Simulate it. And you can see the characteristic of parallel with the same characteristic with the logical OR in gate logical. Reprogram, and we change the output to turn on the motor with the same input. Switch number 1 and push button number 3 with the coil number 7. Run the program. Simulate it, and we can see the motor is turned on when we switch turn on or push button is turned on. Thank you for joining us. See you next program.
You like it? Subscribe.